Welcome to the Black Girl Bravado podcast, your weekly fix for all things mental health and wellness. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Germany. And not only are we besties, but we're your besties. You heard me right. It's homegirl vibes here.
Get ready for the girls to dish the real, the raw, and the fucking funny.
And listen, we may drag you, but it's always in love. Let's start the show, cuties.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back.
Hello, y'all.
So let's just get it out the way. If you are not subscribed to YouTube, you should be. We release full episodes of the podcast on Wednesday. Full video episodes. So if you want to see the girls, subscribe. And if you're already here, hit the bell.
Welcome.
So now that that's out of the way, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Phenomenal.
Oh, what makes you feel phenomenal? Why are you feeling phenomenal?
I'm feeling phenomenal because I'm still on a high from seeing Usher.
Oh, cute. Did we talk about that?
I realize I have a crush.
Oh.
I have a crush. I have a crush on him.
He's so cute.
The residency was so like, he gave me everything I needed plus more. The man is fine. He's charismatic. He can dance. He looks good. He can sing.
Skin
the nostalgia.
Voice is
Skin
butter.
is glowing. Hairline is full. No
He's
bald spot in the
sexy.
middle. He's sexy as fuck.
Yeah. It's definitely a rewarding, fulfilling, satisfying show. It's satisfying.
Baby, I was on my feet the whole time.
Yeah.
I was on my feet in them boots. They were a comfy boot, but I was up.
You were standing up.
Yeah.
It's so good. If you haven't already gone to the residency, which I'm sure a majority of people have gone.
Yeah. The girls have made their way. We have found our way to Usher.
Yeah.
We found our way. So, yeah. Girl, I just been listening to Usher since to this day.
Oh, my gosh.
To this day, I've been listening to Usher radio.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
So, I'm still on a high from that.
Good. Keep that.
How are you?
I'm feeling good. I feel good. I'm trying to think of why I feel good. Sometimes you don't know why. You're just in the energy of feeling good. Exactly. I just feel good. I don't think anything. What was this weekend? Oh, you were out of town.
Thugging with my rounds.
You were out of town.
What were you doing? Pouring into self.
Yeah. Oh, that is what I did. I poured into self. Yes. I had a nice day. Andres was a nice weekend, y'all. Week, actually. Andres was out of town. So I was able to really just embrace my own energy this weekend. I got a massage. What else did I do?
You went to your breathwork class?
I went to my breathwork class and then I went to church. Yeah. So it was a very rewarding, satisfying weekend as well. I really loved it. I was kind of feeling sad because I was getting my massage and I was like, damn, this is going to be the last time my girl gets to touch me. That's how I was feeling. And I said, no, I'm not letting her go.
What's her name?
I refuse. India. Hey, India girl. India.
She listens?
I don't know. She follows the pod. I think.
Okay.
But even if she don't, India at the Now, West Hollywood, that is my girl. She's been touching me for a year. And we built a relationship, a connection. She just knows what I... Yeah. She knows what I like. She knows what I like. I'm just like, as soon as I walk in, she's like, I'm like, we doing everything the same. We not switching it up. Get in here. Girl, I'll be coming up out of my clothes so quick. She already has the bed warm for me.
I love the warm bed.
It's perfect.
Hey, do you remember that song? I got a warm bed. I got a warm bed.
Oh, it sounds familiar.
Jamie Foxx.
Oh, yeah. Now I got to listen to that when I get in the car. Yes, that's how India be having me, with a warm bed.
Yeah.
But we're working on some things so that we can continue to see each other.
Oh, I thought you meant with your body. I need to be touched.
You should be.
My back needs to be touched. Although, I was having back problems. I'm not having the back problems, but every now and again, I need to be touched. By a professional.
I strongly recommend keeping some form of touching in your,
but the niggas
routine.
try to give the massage.
No, I don't want that. I want it to be, don't touch my coochie. Don't make your way to my coochie, my booty.
I remember one time I was deep into like bliss with the massage. It was giving a good massage. Next thing I know, I felt
finger slipped on it.
I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a massage. And
they always do that. Rub for a few minutes and then all of a sudden.
That's crazy. It's
feeling
like
an entrance.
Yeah, an entering.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
The fuck?
I'm like, well, then now it's my now I got to get to work.
Now I got to massage.
Now I got to get to work.
Yeah.
Damn.
But no. I like the clean body work.
Just here, professional touch.
Yeah.
A professional touch. I do want to get some acupuncture.
I know. Okay, and that's what I meant to tell you. You can put some funds into your FSA for acupuncture.
Okay, that's good.
That's another service that is covered.
I've already committed a certain amount. I said, Lord, I hope I use it.
Oh, you already
I better. I did it. I could change it though. I could change it.
Oh, you can change it throughout the year? You can't.
No. My benefits are still open.
Oh, it's still open enrollment. Girl, open enrollment period has had me by the coochie lips.
Yeah.
One more day.
One more?
Yes. By the time y'all are listening to this, I will be freed.
Yeah. I only put $300 in there. That's not enough. Huh.
Now you ain't getting no acupuncture. Maybe a session.
I don't know. Because I was just thinking, again, I don't want it to go. I'm hoping I ain't got to do shit with my teeth next year. I'm done. I'm really tired of them getting me in there and I'll have to do something every fucking year.
It's always something.
I just want standard cleanings. Give me what's included in the package. Don't tell me.
Are deep cleanings included?
Yeah.
Okay.
My deep cleaning. Yeah. The 2 a year.
I mean, I know they do a cleaning, but deep is, they got to go into the gum, underneath the gum.
Deep is included. Okay. Deep is included. I'm like, listen. Oh, I'll probably I'll up it a little.
If you want to do acupuncture, and I think you should, because the acupuncture sessions are usually between like 90 to probably 150, unless you have something that's covered by your insurance. Someone that's covered by your insurance, which Tia, which was last week's gym, they do offer acupuncture services.
Really? I'll look into it. Let me know how y'all are using y'all FSA. Give me some ideas because I'm getting an FSA account this year, and I want ideas. The Sephora website only has sunscreen for me. I just want to know how y'all are using it.
Yeah.
Let's get creative.
Hacks.
Each one teach one.
We call them hacks.
Yeah, share. Please let me know. Put it in the comments if you're watching on YouTube, or
leave a review.
Leave a motherfucking
review.
Leave a review, y'all.
Leave a review.
But we're here today.
So yes, we're here today, wrapping up November,
which
has been a great month. It's been a great month. I will say, this year I have lived. I could say I've lived.
Yeah.
So November has been a good month. We're wrapping it up. This has been our goodie bag episode. Just so y'all know, we will be taking a break in December.
Yes, we will be
warming that up. We're going to be taking a break, but we're wrapping up this month with a final goodie bag episode talking about releasing negative patterns.
Yes, honey. Because we all have, patterns, behaviors that we're not super proud of.
Yeah.
Or that don't help us operate at our highest self, the best versions of ourselves.
And the thing is, a lot of these patterns we're so comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
We do them mindlessly. They're parts of our being, but they don't always serve us.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that we really want to get a grasp on. The things that feel so comfortable, second nature, if you will.
Second nature.
Ding.
You know, then they start.
Ooh. 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 So, yeah. The ones that feel so good.
Yeah.
Yet result in things that do not feel so good are the ones that I really want to look into the eye and say, get the fuck out of my life.
Yeah.
Get out of my life.
Yeah. They really just keep us stumped, stagnant, stuck in a place that we really don't want to be.
Yeah.
Like all of our self-development, it just creates a sabotage of sorts, if you will.
It does.
I know I have some patterns where I'm like, damn, if only I could get that under control, I would be so much further along, or I would be feeling better. Not even further, like, I'm trying to get to a destination, but just in my own personal growth journey. Yeah. I would just feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that it's that we're not consciously aware of them. Mm-hmm. Some of them we're not. I feel like there are some like that you just can identify. Like, if I could just get rid of that, then I would be so much further along. But the little sneaky ones that we haven't gained the self-awareness of, those are the silent killers.
Yeah. I feel like deep down,
you be knowing.
Yeah. I feel like it is. Once you at least are self-aware enough where you like,
But I feel like everybody's at a different stage in their journey.
Yes.
You know, because maybe for someone who's listening to this episode right now, this might be the first time that they're discovering, that they're unpacking.
Because you might just be thinking, this is just who I am. And that's the tricky, sneaky part about patterns. Our conditioning will make us believe that, oh, this is just who I am. This is just how I get down, but it's not. That's not how you are, and that's not how you get down. And the beautiful thing is we can control who we are and change who we are and change how we get down. You see?
We really can.
Yeah.
And we can start to benefit from these patterns.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at them as things that are holding us back, keeping us stagnant, not allowing us to be the people that we want to be, we can identify them and we can learn from them.
Yeah.
Learn your pattern, learn your lesson.
Period. So we've been using the word pattern, throwing that around, the term pattern around. What is a pattern?
So, patterns are mental impressions.
Impressions.
Yes. Or recollections that we inherit from repeated behavior and thoughts, some things that happen to us. Because I want to say that they do come from a valid place. They come from a valid place, from our experiences, things that we've gone through, things that we've been told.
Yeah.
We start to create these patterns.
Yeah. And then they become impressions and they're stored on us. It's almost like we come into the world blank, right? Blank slate. Yeah. Blank slate. Nobody has impressed on us. No experiences. And then we start having experiences and living life and being surrounded by our caregivers, our friends. You know, life just starts to life and it starts to happen to us. So if you think about your patterns, it's like you yourself are a computer and all of the programs that are embedded in a computer are the patterns, the programs that are your computer's running on, right? You got your Windows, you got your Excel, all of those things will be your little patterns.
Password saved.
Exactly. Password saved, things that you're doing
it just pops
subconsciously or unconsciously are your patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like we mentioned, most of us go through life completely unaware of these things until we have a light bulb moment, until something triggers us and we're like, okay, I need to look at this, until we listen to something like this and we're made aware of what the fuck is really going on.
Yeah.
What's really going on
the inside.
Right. So there's also something called repetition compulsion. Now, this is a therapy thing. Sigmund Freud, we've heard of him, a popular one. So with repetition compulsion, this involves repeating painful situations that have occurred in the past. We do this to ease pain and emotional trauma, the repeated pattern, thinking that it's helping us, but in reality, it's not. It's doing the exact opposite. And that's what happens with our patterns. We're exhibiting the repetition compulsion by continuously doing the same things and having a desire for different results, but not seeing them.
Yeah, the insanity.
The self-imprisonment.
And what is that Willow sings?
Something. I know what you're talking about.
Damn.
So I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it right now.
Yes.
But I know what you're talking about.
So I think it's important to distinguish the difference between your emotions and your patterns, right? So our emotions are a core part of who we are, our human experience. We literally all have emotions in our, exactly. And our conditioning has told us that some emotions are better than others. So the positive emotions, the happiness, the joy, we want to cling to those moments. And when we're experiencing challenges or fear, anxiety, we want to run away from those emotions. But the truth is all of our emotions are welcomed and we're just here to observe them. Whereas your patterns are essentially your responses, your conditioned responses to your emotion and your external stimuli. So there's a difference there, what you're feeling and then how you're responding to it.
Our patterns are like our coping mechanisms to deal with the emotions.
Exactly. And they work together. They're very intertwined with one another. They rely on each other. So that's why it's very important for us to not only be self-aware about our emotions or our patterns, but also our emotions, because come one, come the other.
And that's what I was thinking when you were explaining that, because we've had episodes on this show about recognizing our emotions, acknowledging them, and like feeling them. And I've expressed how I've been not good at that. And that's why I've had patterns that have constantly shown up that have not been the best, because I've been Ray Charles to the things.
Yeah.
I've been Ray Charles to the emotions, which are like an alarm saying, bitch, there's something going on.
Yeah.
That you need to pay attention to. And quit ignoring it.
Unless you continue with unhealthy patterns.
What are some patterns that you can identify in yourself?
Impatience. Impatience. Like my road rage, the root of that is impatience.
Okay.
It's my like inability to just relax and allow ease to just be present. You know, like I'm always rushing. I'm always on. It's this constant like feeling of anxiety that's living inside of me. Yeah, I don't like that, y'all. I have really bad road rage. But this week I worked on it. I was good. This week I was like, you know what? Everybody getting here. Everybody getting somewhere, and I'm going to let them have their space.
Yeah.
And they better let me have mine.
Where do you think that stems from?
Brittany, I don't know. Because my mom is not like that. Nobody around me drives like that.
Okay, but the impatience, the road rage is an example of the impatience, but if it's a pattern, you feel like this is happening in multiple areas of your life.
I feel like that's where it shows up the most in my life. That's a pattern. Yeah. And I'm really working on it because I do not like the way I feel. I was on my way to church and this lady would not let me merge.
So
and I was
cut up before church.
Brittany, I was so in the spirit, y'all. I was singing my songs. I was having a good time. And the way I cut up on that lady, called her everything but a child of God. I was like, get me out. I was going in. Andres was like, yo, chill. We on our way to church. Like, get that together. And he was like, you didn't stop praising and worship. Because at that point, I had no more words. I was like, this bitch.
Yeah.
I was like, why won't she let me over? It's so bad. It's so bad. And I really don't like it. I'm also kind of judgmental.
Now let's get beyond the surface.
I am a little bit.
A little?
Oh.
It doesn't get.
You want to talk about mothers. Do you know what movie that's from?
White Chick.
Oh, thank you.
Come on. That's the infamous line.
You don't always be knowing.
Fuck you.
You don't always be knowing.
I know.
I
know that one.
Talk about mothers. Yeah.
Judgy.
Yeah, I can be a little. Don't go.
I'm not gonna say nothing else. I've said my piece.
A touch judgmental.
Yeah.
A touch judgmental, and I really want to work on that because who am I? Who am I?
Yeah.
You know, that's my ego. I have to separate my ego from my thoughts, or me thinking that I have the right to be judgmental when certain situations arise. Like, I actually don't.
Right.
And instead of me imposing judgment on a situation or circumstance or what somebody else might be doing, I could just observe it and be like, okay, do what you want to do. And I've been practicing that. There has been showing up in my life, and I've been like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But you don't need to say it like that.
No, I don't say it like that.
Okay.
In my mind, I'm saying, go ahead, do your thing. I don't say nothing. I just let it ride.
Yeah.
What about you? What are some patterns that you?
A pattern that I have had that I've had to actively work on that requires self-awareness is obsessing over being chosen. Because that takes away the power. And the pattern, the thought process, the way that I'm aware of it, to actively work against it is saying, no, I'm doing the choosing. Period. What is so good about this person? What do I think is so good about this person? What is going on with me where I'm obsessing about being chosen over this person? That pattern has caused me to be in situations that were not the best fit for me. And I know that it's a pattern that has been negative because it's been kind of like a game, you know? Like, after I feel like I've been chosen, and I hope nobody takes this personal because, you know, niggas be listening to this. This is not
It's
overall,
not about you. Decenter yourself,
this is
nigga.
just a general statement. A situation, a pattern that I've recognized has happened multiple times.
Yeah.
After feeling like I've been chosen or conquered that, then it's kind of like my interest falls. You know? It subsides. It's like, okay, well...
That's
that's when I start to think of, is this really a good fit?
Yeah.
Is this something that I really want? When those should be the feelings and the thoughts that I'm having in the beginning. Yeah. Not after I feel like, you know, okay, well, I've been chosen. So now let's start to critically think and evaluate this situation from a logical lens. Yeah. It's like, that's not even a thought. Yeah. And so that's a pattern that I have actively worked on breaking and putting those thoughts at the forefront of a situation when I'm evaluating if it's a fit or something that I should be pursuing, because I don't like the end result of that pattern. Yeah. So that's one of them. Another pattern of mine.
Critical.
Of myself or of others?
Both. Just gonna throw it out there.
Who am I critical of?
Brittany.
Who?
Brittany.
I feel like I'd be critical of myself, and if you're involved with something that I'm involved with, then you get some of the critique, you get some of the residual critique. But I don't think that I'm just critical of people standing alone.
No, not people standing alone. Yes, and probably because, bitch, I'm so close.
Yeah, we work together, so a lot of the things that we do are together. You know, we have a business.
Yes,
you're involved in things that I'm involved in, so you do get some of that. But I've never been just critical of you.
No.
And I'm not like that critical of people.
Not critical of people. What I'm saying is you just hit the nail on the head. Yes. The adjacent criticism.
Self-critical. I'm self-critical and she catch strays. Because we do a lot of things together.
Chloe. What's her name? Cleo.
We do things you doing together. Too much. We work together. Slow down. You get some of the strays of the end result not being as good as I think it should be.
Yeah, but then you're really coming down on yourself.
The pattern there is perfectionism, striving for perfectionism,
and it having an adverse effect, it negatively impacting you and others who are directly in relationship with you. Yeah, it's tough. I really love this conversation. I can't wait to keep going deeper, but we're going to take a quick little break and then we coming right back.
Okay.
Yeah, she said it. Okay.
So, yeah, we have shared with you some of our patterns. Mm-hmm. And you may be able to identify with those. I mean, there's tons of patterns that we can call out, right? There's so many. And I'm sure while we were talking about ours, your memory is being jogged. But there are some common ones that we found that we would like to share. These are also known as cognitive distortions because they're messing with our mind
and our reality.
They're really affecting our reality. And I just feel like as soon as we get a grip on shit like this, we will be able to move through life with so much more ease. Life is already hard enough.
Yeah.
Let's not make it harder with our thoughts and our behaviors when they don't have to be this way. Mm-mm. So one common negative thought pattern is all or nothing thinking. Seeing things in black and white, no shades of gray. If things aren't perfect, they're fucked. They're bad.
There's elements of this that I possess, yeah.
We're going to start to identify some more of our patterns as we're going through this list. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you start something new. You start a new diet. You start a new project. It's not going according to the plan. You just throw your hands up with it. Mm-hmm. I'm a failure. Forget it. I knew I couldn't do that. I knew that I wasn't good at it. You haven't even given yourself a chance to try to get good at it.
Yeah. Coupled with the fact that I be like emotionally invested, or I will blow something up, and that's gonna be one of the patterns too. But yeah, I am a black and white. Baby, it's black, it's white. What did Michael say? You know it, yeah. He said it.
He said that.
He said it, and that's not always good because sometimes it's hard for me to see nuance. And I think going through life as humans, we have to embrace nuance.
We have to. There's no way everything is black and white. Like, come on, be for real. Be for real.
We're working on it. Another pattern is overgeneralization. So if one thing happens, you believe that this always happens to you, right? Or you want something to happen, and when it doesn't happen, it never happens to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So an example might be that you ask somebody out on a date. They decline your invitation. They say, no, I'm not really interested. Then it turns into, I'll never find someone who wants to go out. I'll never link up with somebody.
Yeah,
I'll never find a man.
Nobody ever wants to date me.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
That's not the case.
That person just didn't want to date you. And then you'll have that thought pattern, and then you won't ask nobody out again. It's like,
it's hard being around that kind of energy, too. It low-key be coming off as pessimistic.
I know.
It's a tough pattern. And I'm not here to judge a pattern that's better than the others.
Look at you already jumping into your pattern.
I'm not here to judge. I'm saying it's not. I'm just talking about the way. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so another common one is the mental filter. So with this pattern, what happens is there can be so many things going well. And of all the things going well, you decide to zone in on the one negative thing that's happening.
Yeah.
It's forget all the positive. Let's focus on the negative. Somebody's giving you so many compliments on your pictures or something that you've done. And then one person comes and says something that you don't like. And it's like, that's all you care about. Yeah. And I know that that's easy to do.
It is.
Because I'm like, now, why the fuck did they come and say something?
I know. It's
why
so
did
hard.
they have to come and say something? And now I'm worked up and I'm pissed. Despite all the good things that people have said, you have pissed me off.
It's hard, though. It's hard because we cling to positivity. And negativity feels like it overshadows positivity.
It does.
You know?
Every time a video go viral on TikTok, it's usually about me saying some of my motherfucking business. And people come in there and they say stuff. And they don't be right half the time. And I'm like, who the fuck are you to come under here making these assumptions and you don't know me? People be saying they feel me too, but I be honing in on that. So I'm like, you bitch.
I know. Another common negative pattern is discrediting or discounting the positive. So this is basically feeling inadequate or underappreciated of positive experiences. You know, you might have done something beautifully. You might have killed a project, sang a beautiful song, a rendition of something, and you can't even see it because you're focusing only on the negative. You can't even see the positive.
Yeah.
A Debbie Downer of sorts.
Because you are, I've done this. I'll be like, if only that one thing could have been good.
It's I'm telling you, it's picking things apart and overly critiquing them. Yeah. Like everything will be good and you'll be like, that one hair was out of place, and then that's the only thing.
Okay, you're doing too much,
Brittany. You don't see it. I don't have a biased perception. You don't see it. Like, I'll be like, oh no, you look good, and you'll be like, but did you see my hair? Like this, or this, my bra strap was this. And I get it. We want to be to the nines, but that's just not the way it always is. And you know, you do it. It's okay.
I do sometimes. I do some fucking
times. And I just think sometimes we're harder on ourselves than we realize. So when you're not the person who's being hard on yourself, or you're on the outside and you're like, I think you're fab, and you can see it, it's easier for me to recognize it than it is probably for you to experience it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Another common one is jumping to conclusions.
Baby.
So, how often have you jumped to a conclusion based off a feeling or a thought with no evidence? No evidence to back that up.
I'm heavy on the no evidence.
No evidence. But, we taking it there. We doing a dash on it. We doing a dash. We doing a dash because of something that we feel or think.
Yeah.
Jump into them conclusions. That's going to get you every time. That's going to get you every time. You think you know what someone is thinking, so you feel like, yeah, I know they're upset with me, or they acting funny. I feel like they're acting weird. No conversation, no discussion, no inquiry about how someone may really be feeling. It's just a jump to conclusions, end up not talking to them no more. Whole friendship is dismantled because of a thought or a feeling.
Or an assumption.
With no confirmation.
And then you made an ass out of you and me.
Baby, the way I used to jump to conclusions, but sometimes I was right.
Same, girl. I'll be having them little kangaroo shoes on, going all over. I bet. Little bounce house shoes.
Yeah.
I'd be someplace on a nigga ass. Okay, next common pattern, negative pattern, is magnification or minimization. So this is basically taking your special magnifying glass and zeroing in and going so deep on a topic where you can literally go,
see it all.
See it all, right? Or you could zone out and not see the positive in it at all. You're either deep in it or you're not.
Making it bigger or making it.
Yes.
Small.
Putting 10 on 2, as we say in our community. Dubs on it. We put dubs on it. Yeah, when we put dubs on it. And I do this too sometimes. I'll blow an issue up. I'll be like, now what the fuck would they do?
And then the thing about it is you'll blow it up. And then you'll get mad if somebody is not blown up with you.
Be on my side.
That's the flaw. Yeah. That's the flaw in the thought process. You mad because I'm not putting a magnifying glass on it?
We looking through the same glass. You don't got to put a magnifying. That's the thing. I don't want you to come up with another magnifying glass. Just look over here and what I'm looking at. You literally just got to take a peek. I got the tool.
That's not how it works.
I got the tool. That kills me. Brittany. You know that kills me.
And it kills me too. It kills me, Melanie Fiona. And it kills me.
It kills me. I'm like, Brittany, see it from my perspective. Over the years, you've gotten better with seeing it my way. And then you see it my way, and then you'll validate my experience, and then you can still share, I don't feel that way.
Right.
But when you be like,
I've learned how
I don't agree. I don't see it that way. What are you talking? I'm like,
I've learned how to massage it.
I'm like, yeah, let's blow up on them for a minute. Blow up with me. And then after the dust settles, then we ain't cool. I can see your way. Or try to at least. It's a pattern. It's a pattern.
Okay. And that leads us to the next one, emotional reasoning. Now, with this negative thought pattern, this allows you to believe whatever you're feeling. Whatever you're feeling, you think is true. You're anxious about driving, so now you think driving is unsafe because of your personal anxieties.
Yeah.
No, you've been in hella accidents. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. That was a coincidence. I'm talking about because that's just
like, hold on now. Hold on.
Someone has been in hella accidents.
Hit dog will holler
because of their personal driving, not just because driving itself is unsafe.
Yeah.
Because that's not everybody's story. So don't be pressing on the invisible brake on the passenger seat.
You are talking to me and you loud
now
in here.
Now I am. This girl
be
pressing on the invisible brake in the passenger seat. And I'm like, Germany, I'm okay. We're okay.
I'm actually not. I'm like,
please.
Brittany. Yeah. It's my way of helping. It's my way
helping what?
Keep us safe.
You be making me anxious and I'm not even an anxious driver.
Keep us safe in the car. Anyway, the next negative pattern is should statements saying that you should have did it this way or I should have did it this way, or for better yet, a nice example is if I would have did it, it would have been better. I shouldn't have let you tell me how to do it.
No.
Yes. Thinking that your way is the only way.
Yeah.
That's an issue.
That could definitely create some conflict too.
Yeah. When it doesn't turn out the way you thought it would or that you wanted it to, then you start to blame other people or even blame yourself for allowing them to take the lead on something. You know, like I shouldn't even have let you guide me in this direction. Sometimes I'll be feeling that way.
I know when you try to let somebody else
I knew
once you try to let somebody else drive the boat and they drive you somewhere you don't need to be.
I'm like,
drive
you
somewhere
actually ran us into a damn...
You don't even need to be.
Right. I'm like, damn, I should have just... See? I should have just did it my way. We wouldn't have had no issues. But see, me giving the keys over to you.
But then you see how that can create a pattern if you always think like that.
And then you know what else?
Then you don't give anyone an opportunity.
And you become even more hyper independent. That's not always good. And you can't rely on other people for things because you think that you're the only person who knows how to do the things, who can take care of you. And I'm going to be here to remind us all, we are not living this life by ourselves.
We can't.
We need one another. We have to learn how to relinquish control and allow people to support us.
For real.
And the sooner you realize that, the easier life will be. I'm talking to myself.
I think you allow people to support you, though. Do you? You don't think you do a good job of that?
Yeah, but certain things it's kind of hard for me to be like, I'll let you drive.
I'm ready to give some shit up. Please.
In certain areas you be ready, but in certain areas you don't be ready. And that's how I feel. I let people support me, but when I really want to keep a tight grip on it and somebody's like, I could do it. And I'm like, you actually can't.
Right.
But now I got to be forced to allow you to show me
release
that you could do it. And then when you can't, and I'm like, see,
yeah,
I should have listened to my first mind.
Yeah, that comes from being laid down too.
Oh, come on, talk about it.
So another one is labeling. So this is kind of like the all or nothing thinking, where we'll label ourselves in a negative way if we've done something that us or others don't like. So you fuck up and now you're just calling yourself an idiot, or I'm a screw up, I can't do anything right. No, you're not an idiot. No need to put a permanent label. Yeah. There was probably a situation where things didn't turn out favorably, but let's remove the label. We'll slap a label on us quick. You know, Mylika made a good point. She said that a lot of people are calling themselves introverts now, and that needs to be explored deeper because everybody's not an introvert. You know, like maybe you got to warm up. Maybe you're not like the person who just dives into conversations with people, but you're not necessarily an introvert. And I think that was good advice. We do need to look at the ways that we're labeling ourselves and taking those labels and running with them and keeping us stuck in patterns that aren't the fucking best.
Yeah. Period. Lastly, personalization and blame. So this pattern involves that you're holding yourself responsible, 100% responsible for things that happen or don't happen, and then you're blaming other people for it. You know,
like a victim mentality type thing.
Sorta. It's basically like distorting the blame so that you don't have to take accountability.
Oh, yeah.
So a good example of this is you send your child to school, right? You know you got a badass kid, or they could cut up occasionally.
Behavior issues.
Yeah, and the teacher lets you know, your kid is doing this, that, and the other. Instead of becoming curious about what it is or approaching it with like a neutrality, you turn it around and blame the teacher.
Right.
Like, oh, it's the teacher. The teacher's terrible. They're probably picking on my kid. I know that they wouldn't be doing this or doing that. No.
Right. What is your kid's role?
Just take a neutral
What is your role?
approach.
You're the parent.
Exactly. We got to stop that. We do.
There's a lot that we need to stop when it comes to these patterns. I'm glad that we're calling them what they are.
Yeah.
I think that's the first step. Calling it like it is, and then we can get into the healing, and that's exactly what we're going to do right after this break. Okay, y'all, so before we get into how to break these patterns and release ourselves from the self-imposed shackles
off my feet so I can dance,
so that we can dance, let's have a small meeting. The ratings and the reviews are mandatory.
Yeah, that's not optional, y'all.
If you're going to be here and you're going to call yourself a supporter, you've got to come and leave the ratings and reviews. And it's been a while, so I think it's time to renew them. If you already left some, it's time to renew them. Leave a new one. How are you feeling after binging the latest content? Let us know something. Let us know what you want to hear as well.
Yes, and if you're listening over on Spotify, we invite you to engage with the content. There's usually a poll. It asks you, how did you like the episode, or what did you like about the episode? I also want to encourage you to put this in your group chat. Share it.
Now, please.
Tell a homegirl.
We should have started with this.
To tell a homegirl. That was the message behind this show when we first started. That was the original tagline. Before it was homegirl vibes, it was tell a homegirl to tell a homegirl to tell a homegirl. Get back on y'all damn Zoom.
Get on the Zoom.
Get back on the Zoom.
You have to get on that Zoom. We have not been on that Zoom.
Okay, y'all waiting in the waiting room. Y'all in the waiting room, you got the wrong link.
We have to be on the Zoom.
Grab it.
Share it. Tell a homegirl. Push it. That helps us. Push it. Okay?
Do your job.
Because we can only share so much.
We're doing, this is the sharing.
Yeah.
We put it out here for y'all. Lastly, make sure that you use that little link that's down in the show notes. If you are looking for a deeper sense of community and what we're doing over here, you're going to really love it over at the Homegirl Hangout. It's our exclusive membership community on Patreon.
Yeah.
Where we give you bonus content, more of what you love. Right? There's bonus episodes like similar to what we do here. We have our check-ins where we get to go deeper into what's going on with Brittany and I personally. We have our affirmations. We have journal prompts. Just a lot of great content. And there's archives. Years and years and years and years and years of content waiting for you.
Mm-hmm. So all that information is down in the show notes.
Yeah. I think we can get back to the show.
We're back. We're back.
Welcome,
with tips, tricks,
and
solutions, tools for your toolkit when it comes to these patterns.
Yes, y'all. So we know that our growth is stunted. Our personal growth is stunted when we avoid paying attention to our negative patterns. That's number one. And two, when we ineffectively try to address our patterns. We misunderstand what's really going on with ourselves, and then we don't even know how to actually go at making the changes.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing, thinking you know what you're doing and you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not making the changes that you actually need to make to be better. So obviously we would not be us if we did not come here with solutions, because we are solution-oriented girlies. So the first solution is always mindfulness.
That's where
we start.
It needs to be the first one.
That's where we start. That's the most important tool when it comes to changing anything in your life, is mindfulness, right?
It is.
Oftentimes our patterns are so strongly ingrained and so powerful because they are unconscious and we're not paying attention to them. It's damn near like auto pay, baby. It's automatic, systematic. We don't realize it because it's just deeply rooted in who we are. So the only way that we can really transform ourselves, address our negative patterns, be the people that we want to be, is to actively and intentionally direct our focus and our attention towards them. That's the only way. It has to be like, you have to be so cognitively aware of what's happening in your world, your experiences, that when something pops up, you check it.
Yeah, you have to be ready to get real with yourself. Honestly, that's the moments where I've recognized a pattern. When I feel an emotion and I feel something that I don't like, and I'm like, what is this? Yeah. Like, this is something here that I need to address. And it happens in moments of mindfulness and meditation and reflection and journaling.
And being real with yourself and allowing people to be real with you.
Exactly. You have to open it. You have to open up and invite this in. Yeah. Whether it's from yourself or reflection from someone else, you really have to be open and really sit and stare it in the face and say, wow. Yeah. You have revealed yourself to me.
I shared this before, but I used to be a nasty person. I used to not be as, I think I was nice. I was nice to the people around me, but I was very self-absorbed. No. Don't try to tell me what she.
I'm asking. I wasn't telling you.
I was kind. I was just very self-absorbed. And it was like, everything revolves around me. This is how I want it to be. This is how I think it should go. And if it's not going my way, I actually don't want to engage in it at all. It was nasty. It was not a great behavior. And I did not like the way that the pattern was showing up in my life and how people were experiencing me as a result of it. It was like, ew, this is nasty. And I don't want to just be the kind of person that's like, well, this is who I am. So if you around me, this is what you're going to deal with, because guess what? People will choose not to deal with your motherfucking ass.
They will.
And it's like, who wants to be seen as that kind of person? So I actively this is a sing-along episode. I actively started to work on being more kind, decentering myself, considering how other people might be feeling, thinking about their feelings first. And I really like who I've become over the years as a result. Mm-hmm. But it took for me to be very self-aware and look at myself and take in the critiques of the people around me. Yeah. And be like, yo, that's not cool. That's ugly as hell, and you need to fix it.
Honesty is important.
I'm working on the judgmental thing. Really, I am. Because I've heard that more. You heard only from the people who are closest to me, because I said this too before. Of course,
because we're the ones who hear it. You don't be saying it out loud.
And beyond saying it out loud, I really don't be judgmental about everything. I really be the judgmental. The judgment comes from a place of being territorial. And being overprotective, it does. No. It does.
Explain.
Because when people come around, I be judging them in a way that's like, you probably don't measure up. So I'm protecting the people that I care about, because I know you probably on some bullshit. So
okay, that's in one instance.
And I be closed off.
That's in one instance.
That's really it. Otherwise, I don't be that judgmental. We just be kicking.
So you're gonna start opening yourself up to new people. Yeah. And not judging them prematurely. Yeah. I can't wait to see this play out.
Version of me. That's what I'm saying. I'm actively working on it. And I've said that I want to be that person.
I know. I just want to see it.
It's going to happen, which is the next tip. Share it.
So the next tip is to be the person you see yourself as.
Period.
We know that change doesn't happen overnight. Like we said, these patterns are ingrained. A lot of shit comes from childhood. Even if we can't directly point out and identify, this is where this stems from. Yeah. I know why I'm like this. It's great when we can. I feel like that helps us feel more empowered and have a little bit more knowledge and insight. But sometimes we can't. Sometimes I really don't know where it comes from. Yeah. I just know that it's here.
And now what do I do with it?
Right. So breaking these old patterns requires us to do something new and step into this new version of ourselves and start being somebody that we're not used to being.
Listen.
And that's hard.
Yeah. You got to try that shit on every day. That's hard
because it's so comfortable to just be the Britney that I've been. It's so comfortable for me to do the same old motherfucking shit. Yeah. But I hate it. I hate the end result. So I can't keep doing that. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to pull out those journals. Journals are powerful. They really are.
Go back to the journaling episode that you probably missed when you weren't listening over the past year.
I know, but you know why? Episode. You know why we're pulling it out? Because you can use this journal to track these significant events and how you responded. Yeah. That is important. Yeah. Being able to go back and see, like, this happened and this is how I responded, because going through the day-to-day shit can fall by the wayside. You can wipe your memory, zap it clean, and not remember how you acted. But really taking a moment to even look back and say, okay,
That wasn't good.
This is what happened. This is how I responded. And then this is happening again.
And I think when you write it down, you can take a more unbiased approach. If you allow yourself to just write down the facts. This is what happened. This is how I responded to it. And the more you do that,
start to recognize
you
patterns.
can recognize like, ooh, when this happens and I respond this way, this is the result and I don't like it. Like you can actually invite yourself to just observe your actions.
A spectator.
Yes. Be a third party in the mix.
You can be a spectator. You can really see it crystal clear what's happening. Like, okay, I'm noticing something here. I'm starting to connect dots.
Because sometimes it's hard. It's hard when it's happening in real time and we don't put our thoughts to paper and we don't actually be like, okay, that's the whole point of journaling.
I know, because we're moving through. We're moving and grooving, sticking and moving, thinking that, we're doing something and wanting to be doing something and we ain't doing nothing. We're not doing nothing. But another thing here with being the person you see yourself as, that's helpful. You said invite a third party in. Yeah, sometimes you do need to invite a literal third party like a therapist, a mental health professional who can really help you identify, hold up a mirror and see. The moments, some of the good moments that I've had in therapy, it has been this.
Yeah.
It has been somebody who's helped me identify that. Even conversations that I've had with you. You're not a mental health professional, but you're a trusted source.
And this is the work that I'm doing. This is my work.
When I say things that I think that I'm observing or I just share things, then you're able to identify or make an observation and share it.
Yeah.
To help me see a better version of myself.
Yeah.
We need that. We have to create the space for people that we trust or who are professionals to be able to shine the light where we want to stay in the dark.
I think that is such an important role in our personal growth journey, is having people alongside us that we really trust, that we can be vulnerable with, that we can be transparent with and say like this. And sometimes it's not like, okay, I'm going to sit down and tell you my deepest, darkest secrets.
It's just sharing.
It's just sharing in conversation. Like you said, you'll bring something up and I'm like, no, I don't think that's that. And then you allow that person to speak into your life and say something positive where you can't let everybody speak into your motherfucking life.
And that's why I said trusted or mental health professional. It needs to be someone credible.
Yeah.
Not someone who's leading you further into a negative pattern.
Yeah.
Somebody that you can really bounce things off of and really essentially rehearse this best version of yourself with.
Yeah.
I've done told you I've had this pattern. Please let me talk to you. It really takes vulnerability.
It does.
It takes vulnerability because you have to share. If you don't share and you are allowing yourself and other people to believe that you're doing something that you're really not, it's not good.
Yeah. So our next tip is to find and build upon exceptions that challenge your patterns. So in what is known as the solution-focused approach, we can work on our repetitive problems by examining what we're doing when we're not doing the wrong thing. So this is very interesting.
This is tricky. So how does this work?
It's kind of like a little tongue twister. So many times when we are focusing on what it is that we're doing wrong, if we take a step back and look at how do I feel when I'm not doing this thing, it brings to light, to the forefront, our strengths, what we're good at. So an example would be like a couple who always finds themselves arguing or who's been very argumentative lately. In those moments where they are arguing, it would be nice to step back and say, what creates this argument? How do we act when we're in harmony?
When we're having a good time.
When we're good.
Yeah.
Is it that we are communicating better? Are we spending more time together?
Are we going out? Are we?
Exactly. And that triggers for us to capture our higher self. For us to say, actually, no, then this is what we need to be focusing on. And when things get shaky or challenging, it'll trigger us to respond in a way that our higher or best self would respond.
Okay.
So look at the exceptions.
Look at the moments where you're not in the thick of the pattern.
Yes, when you're not in the thick of the pattern. The moments where you've been able to step
out of it.
And I was thinking about my road rage and my patience, my lack of patience. I know that when I am not feeling anxious about getting to a destination, it's because I've allotted plenty of time for me to get there. I'm not creating extra anxiety for myself by not being prepared. It's really a preparation thing and understanding that like I have time to get to where I'm going. The destination is not going nowhere. I can relax. I don't own the road, right? When I feel at ease when I'm driving, then I don't have to worry about all of that. That's what I need to be focusing on. And even when I feel like I'm not being judgmental, In those moments where I am welcoming and open, and I'm inviting people to come in, and I want to share the people around me with people who might be good for them.
It's when you don't feel threatened.
When I don't feel threatened. And what makes me not feel threatened, right? Those are the kind of things that you have to examine and grab hold to. Because when you feel triggered,
you respond with your pattern.
And you can, when those moments happen, it's like, let me draw on this other thing.
Let me
rehearse the person that I want to be.
Yes.
It kind of all works hand in hand. Exactly.
I know. I be feeling myself doing that. I didn't know this is what it was, a solution focused approach.
Yeah.
But I do be feeling myself doing that. And it comes from decentering motherfuckers. I have to decenter. I have to decenter being
yourself.
No. Men.
Oh, period. Remove them.
Yeah, I have to decenter that, and this is a time where I have to center myself. When I feel a pattern coming up, I have to go back to, when do I feel great?
Yeah.
When I'm doing the things that bring me joy, when I'm having a good time, when I'm not worried about this, and I'm just living my life.
Yeah. Or if we're speaking about these particular patterns, but your patterns might be weak boundaries, right? People running over you or not allowing the space for you to express yourself, or the negative self-talk, or depression or anxiety. When you are not in those moments feeling those patterns,
yeah,
what is happening in your life, and how can you hold on or grasp that energy and operate in it? That's the vibes.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Our final tip is to stay committed to your growth and be gentle with yourself.
Listen.
Like we've said multiple times throughout this episode, this is not easy.
Mm-mm.
Like this is some tough work that we're doing. The work that they speak of is this.
Yeah.
The unpacking is this. Our personal growth is an ongoing process. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to just listen to this episode and start to change. This is shit that I've been working through for some time. These are things I'm going to continue to work through. You know why? Because it's so deeply ingrained that I have to always be aware and catch myself and say,
yeah.
What's that one little meme where she'd be like, no. Yeah. So the sooner that we accept that there's not a destination, like end all be all, I think the better we'll be for it. It's just being aware and recognizing it and being able to identify it and being able to stop it in its tracks, you know?
Yeah.
Because the things are going to pop up. But when we have the tools, it's a boxing glove in the ring. They are boxing gloves in the fight of life.
Yeah.
So use this time of releasing your old patterns as a time to learn more about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's beautiful. Really knowing who the fuck you are, the shadow side and the light, is powerful.
You can shift your perspective, because this could be a great time for you to think about how exciting it is to get to know yourself, to reinvent yourself, to step into a new era.
Yeah, to do something new.
Yeah, it's like, take that mindset. Like, I'm actually going to be the best version of myself, and I'm in this era of breaking whatever pattern. Maybe you're in you choose a pattern. I'm going to hyper focus on this pattern. Write all your patterns out. I'm going to hyper focus on not being judgmental. That's my work this year. And every time that you have an experience where you can do that, draw on it, and then next year you'll be in a different era, breaking a different pattern. This could be kind of fun.
It can, in the midst
it's hard
of the challenge.
It's hard, but
another thing we're going to do is let go of the guilt and forgive ourselves.
Yeah.
We're not going to shame ourselves or come down on ourselves or be hard on ourselves for patterns that we have exhibited in the past, or that may pop up and we slip and fall. I have read something that said that the things popping up and you like noticing it again and maybe even falling into it and doing something different the next time is growth.
It's still a win.
It's still a win.
A win is 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 a win.
Yeah.
Fuck the past. Let's focus on the present.
Yeah.
I did it, okay? I did it, and I live to see another day.
Love it.
So let's get some self-compassion. We talked about compassion, or rather we talked about empathy.
Mm.
But we have to have some compassion for ourselves. We are our own best friends.
We are.
We should be, at least. So let's start really treating ourselves as such.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
So this is where we cue in the Mary Mary. and we get to dancing.
I'm like, what are we cueing?
Get them shackles off my feet so I can dance,
I just want to praise you.
I just want to praise you. Praise you. Storm is over, I can lift my hands.
I can lift my hands.
I'm just going to praise you. She's going to praise you. Praise you.
We're praying him, praising him.
Praise yourself. Okay, y'all, we have made it to our final segment of the show. It is time to pick up your pen. We're dropping a gem.
So this is the part of the show where we get to share the things that we're really enjoying. Those things that either checked us, wrecked us, inspired us, things that we want you to tap into. So y'all, I'm deep in my Audible bag right now, and I'm listening to Zane Addicted. Yeah, I had to throw it back.
You really? What was that, like a high school read, huh? Yeah, high school.
Like a middle
not
school.
Middle?
It was
we
like
were
a
reading
middle school. This came out in 98, I think.
Okay, so
it came out in 98.
I feel like that came right after Coldest Winter Ever.
It was like a 8th grade read.
I know, but I know I read Coldest Winter Ever first. That was my first taste of.
The way I was reading Zane, the Sex Chronicles.
Who brought that into our schools? Who
my
brought that
had it in our house.
I didn't get it from Connie, but someone.
My mom had it in the house.
One of those girls brought it to our schools.
Let me tell you something.
They put that erotica in our hands.
My mom had it, and I was taking it off the shelf, reading it, putting a few pages back. I'm like a girl. I'm gonna get my thrills.
The Pornhub.
Oh my goodness, yes, y'all. I'm reading Zane Addicted. If you haven't yet, it's about a lady. The story is about a very successful woman.
She was a lawyer or something.
No, she wasn't a lawyer, but she had her own, like, some sort of firm. They didn't really allude, but she didn't go to college. They did say that. And she is addicted to sex, and she goes on these sexcapades, and it's a wild, twisted story. And listening to it now as a 30-something-year-old woman, number one, I don't know how I was reading it back then. I had no motherfucking business.
It was. Oof.
And number two, the stories just hit different when you're like in your 30s, when you're older. Yeah. When you just have more life lived. It's like, I could totally see how this could have happened. Girl, I know what you want and why you ain't getting it and how you're led to do this other stuff. It's it's masterfully written.
I feel like if I read that, I'm gonna be inspired to have some rendezvous or something.
I could see it, but no, not really.
Not her type.
It's really good.
My own version.
And I mean, yeah, for sure, which could be fun. It could be fun. I enjoyed it so much. I listened to it in a day.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you listened to it again.
No.
How many hours was it?
I think it was like 6 hours. It was like 6 hours, but I was at home by myself.
Damn, I was really locked in.
It was a really good read. It's really quick. It's very enjoyable. I love Black authors. I love hearing AAVE and stories. So it was just everything that I needed. I really enjoyed it. If you have an Audible subscription, use credit
Zane
for that.
Still writing books?
I don't know if
or
she is.
Hung it up. I think Zane is a he, or is it a she?
It's a she.
Okay.
It's a she. But I did download the Sex Chronicles.
That was the other one.
No,
that was a follow-up.
I downloaded Nervous.
I read Nervous. I read all of them. After Addicted, I got sucked in.
Nervous.
I read them all.
I'm just gonna start
Sex
Nervous.
Chronicles was one. Then Nervous was one.
Yeah, Sex Chronicles was really good. So yeah, y'all tap in.
I'm waiting for my credit because I know they ain't got that on Libby. It's probably sold up.
But one of the homegirls, here's another gem. One of the homegirls shared with us, if you have a Spotify membership, if you're paying for Spotify, a premium membership, you get 15 hours of audio books every month.
And I went and looked, and I didn't see my books
it is
were locked.
listed. Some books are not available. They have books that are included in your subscription, and if they are, then you get those. Zane is not anywhere in there. I checked before I use my Audible credit. But tap in.
You get 15 hours a month?
A month.
Oh, okay.
Which is really good.
Yeah.
So I'll link the Zane novel in case you want to read it or you want to tap in with the audiobook, but it's really yummy. And that's going to be it.
We've been in a real freaky bag
It's the Dipsy. Once my Dipsy subscription got renewed, I said, well,
it lit a spark in you.
It did. It lit a spark somewhere else.
Well, y'all, hate to put out your flame, but we got to go. We will be back next week.
Yeah.
So come back.
Same place, same time. Love you.
Bye.